welcome in, Iowa Hawkeye fans, to another week of the Hawkeye Tailgate Report. We got a whole full cast this week. Austin, Joey, Sam. Guys, basketball season's right around the corner. That's a positive note.
Yeah, I believe it's 19 days, 36 minutes, 27 seconds till our first game.
Woo!
So,
yeah,
against Lindsey Wilson College exhibition.
Yeah.
That sounds like the surest fire W that I've ever heard.
We have been known to lose exhibitions, actually.
Yeah, we lost to Augustana like 3 years ago. So, and
it was more than
but
no, it wasn't that. It was Jared Utah's last year, so maybe 4 then. But
yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah,
pretty sure we were in the top 5 at one point that year. So
yeah, we got up to
That's
number
true.
3, and then we sucked a big one. And the boat, thank God, Woodbury caught a awesome alley-oop pass to put us on top in that one.
Hey,
you
we're
mean
here
the
to
GOAT?
Hey, we're here to talk about Iowa football sucking right now, not Iowa basketball sucking right now.
All
That
right.
can be a conversation we have a couple months down the road, but it's football time right now.
Okay.
Actually, we could talk a little basketball because they did have their media day and stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk a little basketball, but let's hit football first. So we're going to cover the Iowa game against Penn State. We're going to go confidence meter on Stanley, Brian Ferentz, and the offensive line. Ton of recruits there on Saturday night. Did that performance turn off some of the potential recruits we had? And are we staring down an 8-4 season? But we'll just get your guys' thoughts on the game here right away. Start with Austin.
Dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to describe it. It was the exact same thing. It was a little bit better than the previous week at Michigan, but we lost because of all the same reasons. Our interior offensive line play was absolute garbage. We could not run the ball to save our lives. Stanley missed some passes that he should have made. The play calling was not very good. And when we got into scoring opportunities, we either kicked field goals or didn't score at all, and we missed opportunities. And when you put all that together, it results in Iowa losing to a ranked opponent for the second week in a row in a game that they could have won. It's disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw something. Iowa, since Brian Ferentz has taken over, is 2-6 in those games. And take out the Ohio State score where we put up 50 points. We've underwhelmed extremely on offense. We have struggled so much against those good teams. The only other game we've scored above 15 points, I think it was Mississippi State in the bowl game last year. So, yeah. Brian Ferentz, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know. And I saw that Kirk doesn't... Well, Joey, didn't you say that you saw him walk by at the hospital earlier this week, and he said something along the lines of, wasn't calling that cost the game, it was poor execution or something along those lines?
no, I didn't see Kirk. I saw Brian.
Yeah.
I was talking about Brian.
Did kick him in the net.
Oh, no,
Why?
I did not. It's not worth it at this point.
All right, Sam, what are your thoughts here?
It was such a letdown. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah,
It was just I knew we were going to lose when Penn State scored the first touchdown. I was like, this one's over. We can't do anything. Move the ball a little bit, and then same thing happened in Michigan. We could move the ball, and then we just stalled off the stupid play call. One that comes to mind would be the Nate Stanley audible into a blitz, which I think the strategy there would be, yeah, if we can get by this, he's gone. But I think that was the idea. If you run into a blitz and you get past it, there's nobody back there. Well, if you run into a blitz and you literally run into a blitz, not great. Yeah. And another thing, a little mid or pre or early rant here about audibling. I've never seen us audible and then throw the ball. Never. Now, if I'm a defensive coordinator and I see Nate Stanley up in the line audibling, I'm putting all 11 guys in the box, even if we're 4 wide. Seriously, I've never seen a pass out of that.
Yeah, you're right. Every time we audible, it's usually a run to the short side of the field. However, on that blitz play, we did audible to the wide side of the field. So
There we go.
that
There's
was
progress.
a change. Yeah, we're seeing something in the right direction here. But the offense was, I don't even know what to say about the offense. It's like the offensive line is bad, the interior line is horrible. The play calling was horrible. I've been the biggest Nate Stanley apologist there has been since he took over at quarterback for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And he is slipping, every quarterback Ferentz has had, there's been a senior slump, which doesn't make any sense at all. You should only be getting better. It is the exact opposite with every quarterback that has came through Iowa in the last 20 years. It's absolutely unreal. Like, Stanley looked extremely uncomfortable out there the other night. The running backs fumbling again deep in our own territory to set up free points for the other team.
Timeout. That's on Brian Ferentz. Error in the line. That play call was atrocious.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
Goodson got the ball and immediately got mauled by 7 guys. I wasn't mad at Goodson at all on that. Like, that was just terrible play call.
Yeah,
he never had time to secure the ball, and he was hit because it was the guard and the tackle pulled on that play, but they didn't communicate, so they both blocked the same guy. So somebody came through free right through the through the A gap and just absolutely crushed Goodson before he ever had a chance to do anything on that play.
How did that touchdown get overturned? Did they have another angle of that? Because that was for sure a touchdown.
Yeah, from what I could tell, that was a touchdown for sure. And then we ended up holding them to a field goal on that, which would have been a significant play in the game had our offense not sucked so bad. But yeah, from the angles that they had on replay in the stadium, it looked like a touchdown for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was tough on Goodson right there, but I mean, he saw him coming. You shouldn't try to make something happen in that situation. Just hold on to the ball.
He
wasn't trying to make
didn't
something
even have
happen. He literally was just getting the ball, and he was just trying to run to just do the play after the handoff, and he got hammered. He wasn't trying to make something happen. It was like the Jadeveon Clowney hit where the handoff happened, and then boom, he was there before anybody could do anything.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we'll see changes on the interior line here? I mean, Jackson and Wirfs aren't going anywhere, but
Hopefully, Justin Britt's not got a red shirt, apparently, so you might as well throw him to the Wolves and see what we got.
I don't know. The thing is, I think part of the problem with our interior line play is we've swapped in and out so many people throughout the year that there hasn't been enough playing time for anybody to get consistent time and exposure at that position and then get the communication down with the rest of the line. But I don't know. I mean, what we're doing right now the last 2 weeks obviously is not good enough, so we got to try and figure out some type of different alignment than what we've been putting out there.
And if it wasn't for Brandon Smith making one of the more unreal catches I've ever seen, we just get skunked on offense. Aside from Big Nuts, Austin said there was a 117-minute time period where the Iowa offense didn't score a touchdown. Keith Duncan was the only player to put points on the board in a game in over 3 quarters. That's just not good. I don't know if you're Brian Ferentz, how you don't see that and try something different. I don't know. It's extremely frustrating.
Another disappointing way to phrase that is Iowa had 27 consecutive offensive possessions between touchdowns. That's miserable.
That is horrible. That's ridiculous. I'm just so frustrated.
You guys talked about the just mind-numbingly horrible Stanley audible into the blitz, which was just astounding. But I think that there was a play in the game, another bad play by Stanley, that cost momentum and could have changed the way that the game went a lot more than that is. And that's on the 2nd and goal play from the 5 when Brandon Smith had single coverage and he cooked his guy to the inside and Stanley threw the ball way behind him and didn't give him a chance to score the touchdown. We put up 7 points in that possession at the beginning of the game. We can kind of set a tone for the rest of it. And that was just a horribly missed pass that as a third-year starting senior, you just cannot miss.
And honestly, I didn't hate the play calling in the first quarter. We didn't against Michigan, we completely abandoned what Iowa football was about, but not in the the first quarter of this game. We tried running the ball. We were pounding it. One positive note, I think we ended the game with 69 total rushing yards. So props to us there for realizing.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But if you look at like our yards per carry, it was still abysmal. And if you take out Goodson's like 26 or 29 yard run, we averaged like 1.3 yards per carry for the game, which is just, I don't understand. Iowa is supposed to be built on running the ball and passing it off of that. And I mean, defenses don't even, it's pathetic. We can't set up our pass game with like the play action or anything because our run game is so pathetically bad against good teams that they don't have to respect that, like, a play action at all. It's just bad right now.
And, like, another thing I'm frustrated with, this is the most talented, skilled position players we've had in a very, very long time at Iowa. And, like, Brandon Smith's an NFL caliber wide receiver. I don't give a crap who you are or who I'm arguing with about it. Like, he is so good, and we are underutilizing him, and he's going to go undrafted, and he's... it's just not fair to him. We should try getting him the ball at every...
He's not going to go undrafted.
I think he'll go undrafted. He'll get signed, obviously.
He's only a junior, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's a junior this season.
Okay, so Deuce Hogan's going to light it up with him next year.
Deuce Hogan is not going to play for 3 years. People who keep saying that need to, like, revoke and turn on their fan card because they're dumb.
Who's going to start? Petrus?
Yes.
Don't sleep on the fact that he was also a 4-star recruit coming out of
Deuce
college.
Hogan
And he
is not putting up impressive numbers in high school at all. People just love him because he's 4 stars.
And his name. His name is phenomenal. It will be the best name in
but
college.
other than that, no. He's not gonna see the field for like 3 years, if at all.
Yeah,
So slow your roll.
Yeah.
I think he'll definitely get playing time in his career. I mean, I think Petrus will start next year because
The year after.
Yeah, and then Deuce Hogan will start after him. Hogan will take
years.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Deuce Hogan will take a red shirt his first year to get comfortable and learn the offense, and then he'll have 2 more years to sit behind. Well, I don't know. It's tough to predict how quarterback play that far in advance, but I don't know. I think that we're set up good as far as like incoming talent at quarterback, a lot better than we have been in a lot of past seasons when we didn't really know what we were going to get out of the quarterback position, or the recruits that we were bringing in weren't all that highly rated. So,
like the stage was set so perfectly. Like Kinnick wanted to be electric on Saturday night. It really did. They had the 09 team there. They had Brent Greenwood there. Ricky Stanzi said, "If you don't love it, leave it," during his speech after the first drive of the game. I mean, blood was flowing places for every Hawkeye fan, and they wanted to get loud, but they just couldn't do it because the offense didn't do anything. The 210-0 prediction was way off, by the way, Austin.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes when you take a big swing, you miss. It happens.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, but we're going to move on to confidence meters right now. So we got
-40.
confidence meter for Nate Stanley, Brian Ferentz, and the offensive line. So just basing it off of how confident do you think they can turn it around for the final 6 games here on the regular season schedule. So let's start with Nate Stanley. Who would want to go first here on a scale of 1 to 10, let's call it?
That
6.
Like the confidence that he'll be able to turn it around, or the current confidence in him, because those are kind of different rankings for me.
Confidence he can turn it around. 10 being the most confident.
I don't know. I think that there's like a 7 that he'll turn it around, because outside of playing Wisconsin, our schedule for the rest of the way isn't that difficult anymore. We play a lot of lower level opponents that don't have that great of defenses. And I think that, like, we've seen what Stanley did the last 2 years. We know that he has the ability. It's just he tends to suck against really good teams. I think it's a fact. I mean, let's just look at the tape. So I think that he'll turn it around, except for at Wisconsin when we're just going to get shit rocked. That's a fact.
Can you give us a score prediction there?
45-3.
Keep dunking. Let's go.
Yeah, baby, big nuts. This game is quickly turning into the years where we played Ohio State and Michigan, and I don't think Iowa's going to lose often, but I thought Iowa was going to lose those two games by like 50 each. So I'm not.
Wisconsin is like the version of what Iowa aspires to be, and it kills me to say that, but it's true. Like, their offensive line is consistently great. They always have a very good running attack. Their quarterback and receiver play is pretty middling most of the time, and they play a very, very good defense. Like, as much as I hate it to say it as an Iowa fan, but like they're the best version of what Iowa tries to be, but they do it more consistently than Iowa does.
It's hilarious is Wisconsin's quarterbacks are always just straight garbage, like Uncle Rico, and our quarterbacks are usually pretty solid. So I just find that funny that they literally get every other position and nail it, and then with the quarterback, it's like Helen Keller was the recruiting coordinator.
Yeah. All right, Sam, what do you think the confidence level is?
Stanley, I was gonna say 6, 7. I think I'm going to go 7.5. I think he'll be fine. I honestly am more concerned about Brian Ferentz.
All right, we'll save that.
And the offensive line. So,
all right, Joey?
My confidence in Nate Stanley to turn it around is absolutely zero against any team that shows any sign of competence. He'll still play well in the games that he should play well in against the lesser opponents, and that'll make his stats at the end of the season seem not all that bad. But in any game that resembles anything that matters, my confidence in him turning it around is absolutely negative.
All right. I'd say my confidence is probably about a 4 that he can turn it around. And that's really saying something. So, yeah.
Well, he's going to throw like 7 touchdown passes on Saturday. So
I just got a memory on Facebook from a year ago against Indiana where he threw 6 touchdowns and won the Peyton Manning Quarterback of the Week. So that was depressing to see pop up on my screen. All right, we're going to move along here to Brian Ferentz confidence meter. So, who would like to take this one first?
4. Like a soft 4, more like a 3.3.
So a 3.
I just we run the ball when everyone knows we're going to run the ball. We don't play action as much as we should. He doesn't use the talent we have in the right areas. He doesn't get his receivers the ball or his athletes the ball in space. He runs Torn Young off tackle, like way off tackle. We just don't. We haven't seen any trickery at all this year. Nothing, but like it's just so vanilla. And why is Oliver Martin not getting a chance?
Yes,
like, I'm serious this time. Like I don't understand it. Like the other guys are doing okay, yeah, but maybe we should get another playmaker on the field. Nate Weeding had a little coming out party and then one of those drives on Saturday. But like when we go 4 wide or split a tight end out wide, get a freaking athlete out there. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I have zero idea what our plan is with Oliver Martin this season.
Besides piss him off.
Yeah, really, like, the whole fan base was, like, throwing a fucking hissy fit about us, was he going to be eligible, was he not, how is the NCAA going to handle it, and then everybody was elated when we found out that he got his waiver immediate eligibility, and he sees, like, 4 snaps a game, maybe. I don't get it. If that's what the plan was, we should have just, I don't know. If you got him, you know that he's a weapon, you got the immediate eligibility, put him out on the field and let him do something. That's like one of the most frustrating parts of the Iowa offense to me this season is we got him and everybody made it such a big point that we wanted him to be immediately eligible and then we don't do anything with him. I don't get it. But my confidence with Brian to turn it around this year is a solid 1.5. I mean, we're in the 3rd year of his offensive system. It's basically all, most of the starters on offense have only ever known his system. It's 3rd year of a new offensive line coach. There shouldn't be any system issues with that. And outside of a couple games that he's called, except really outside of the best game that he's ever called, which was the Ohio State game a couple years ago, he hasn't done anything as an offensive coordinator to make me believe that he's going to do a lot with the best offensive talent that Iowa's had, and I can't even remember how many years. We just don't do anything. Same things that Sam said. Like, we misuse our personnel. We don't try anything as far as like trick plays or anything. It's the same thing over and over, and it's still not working. And we do it every week, and they just say, "Oh well, we have to execute better. We have to execute better." Well, you have to play with the players that you have, and if they're not executing well, you need to figure out other ways that you can get the offense to score points than just saying, "Well, we need to be better at this." And he hasn't shown that he's even willing to try something different, so I don't have any reason to believe that going forward it's going to be any different than what it has been to this point.
Yeah, I'm going to put Brian Ferentz at, 2.5. Everything you guys have touched on, I agree with so far. His play calling is not good. I can't really add anything else to that conversation right there. Just extremely disappointed. And, I do think he's going to be the next head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes someday, so I would like to see some sort of life from his play calling, But, Joey?
I agree with everything everybody just said, and it's kind of off the topic, but while we're at it, I think we should get out in front of this and say that we are a pro-freedom podcast, and we believe that every human deserves rights,
Yeah, because LeBron, your boy LeBron really turned the table there, didn't he?
That's y'all's GOAT?
Yeah, it is the GOAT, by the way. Listen, he had to say something. He did muff it up a little bit. Honestly, I don't even understand the whole situation, but I just wanted to get out in front of that one.
Alrighty, back to sports. Back to sports.
He's the GOAT.
And now the final confidence meter we got here is the offensive line. I'll start here. I actually do have confidence. I'll probably put it at about a 7.5 that they can turn it around. Because if there's one thing Iowa football has done great over the last 40 years is they develop talent extremely well. And, a lot of our offensive linemen grow as time goes on. So I think they do have the potential to turn the corner and improve and block for once. 7.5 for me.
I wish that I could share that confidence, but I just don't. And I think that's just because, since Iowa kind of rearranged their coaching staff with Brian being moved to offensive coordinator, and then we brought in the new offensive line coach or whatever, we haven't averaged 4 yards a carry or better in any of those 3 seasons. And I can understand, first year, new offensive system, new line coach, some new schemes to learn, even though Iowa basically just has the same running scheme that they've done for the last 40 years. So I can kind of give them a pass then. But last year and this year, there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to run the ball better than we have, and we just can't. And I understand that we've had some interior line injuries that have kind of made things more difficult, and Alaric Jackson was out for a while, but we're not even running the ball, especially in the last 2 games, to a level that's like playable. 1.5 yards a carry is not going to win you any games against a quality opponent, and that's what we've been doing. So, yeah, when we play the Illinois and the Nebraskas and the Purdues of the world that have terrible defenses, yeah, I'm sure we'll probably run for about 4 yards a carry, and that's nice to do. But when it really matters, and if you're Iowa, the goal should be at least playing in the Big Ten championship every season. That means that you're going to have to win games against tough defenses in Penn State, in Wisconsin, and every once in a while a Michigan or an Ohio State. And Iowa has, under this offensive system that we've been running for the last 3 years, we have not shown the ability to run the ball against good teams. And I just don't see, I don't have the confidence in us being able to all of a sudden just figure that out in the middle of this season. So I'd say my confidence in the line being able to be good against good opponents, not against garbage teams, because we'll run it against garbage teams, but against high-quality opponents, I give us like a 3 to be able to run the ball effectively and have good offensive line play going forward.
Sam?
Oh,
I think we got Purdue, and then who do we have? Do we have a bye again?
Northwestern.
Purdue, Northwestern.
Purdue, then Northwestern, then a bye. Then
Northwestern will
Wisconsin.
be tough.
And then our annual loss. And then our bye, I think.
No, I'm not going to the Northwestern game, so we'll win.
We are, though. So, well,
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I think it all comes down to the coaches not being stubborn and playing more who was actually good rather than Cole Banwart, for example. Shout out Cole if you're a listener. I'm sorry again. I don't know. We need our best 5 on the field. I have confidence in them. Kirk Ferentz is their coach, so 7. But if they don't run well against Northwestern, then I'm literally gonna cheer for Iowa State the rest of the year. So.
Okay.
Get out of here.
All right. Sam may,
Hey, don't
have,
say that.
On this hack.
Sam may have just been put on probation. Joey, what do you think?
my confidence in the offensive line right now is very low. I've seen way too many people just blow through there as of late, so
That's what she said.
yeah.
Yeah. All
Like throwing a
right.
hot dog down a hallway. Am I right?
Yep. All right. So that's all you got, Joe?
Yeah, I don't really see. There's the thing. This week was another one of those games where I kind of lost it in the second half.
Literally all of them.
I didn't really see much of it. No, that's not true. I watched the entire Michigan game, and I was able to talk about that last week.
And Iowa
And
State.
And Iowa State. And this one, I was doing fine. They didn't really give me a reason to not get silly drunk. So,
It was just so anticlimactic. That
Look-
game freaking sucked, man.
Yeah, like we tried
Yep.
making it interesting there in the last 2 minutes, but
And thank God again for our defense. What more can those fellas do? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I do have one gripe with the defense. And it's-
they gave up a touchdown. I'm sorry.
No, I don't. Yeah, they've been playing great all year, but like Penn State was able to run the ball at will up the middle.
Yep.
It was,
And
I agree.
If you noticed, like I did, the 2 drives that they really, really got their run going was when we had our backup DTs in.
I didn't realize that, but
It was when Austin Schulte and Davion Nixon were in.
yeah, we were just getting roasted up the middle. And if you've noticed, Penn State and Michigan both did a lot of play run pass option against us, and the quarterback rarely kept it in both games. So they kept getting us pretty good with that play design. Like to see some improvement there. Not knocking the defense at all. They have played extremely well this season.
It kind of sounds like you're knocking the defense.
If I have to pick something there, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to pick on the defense for.
Bend, but don't break.
Yeah, the defense is going to keep us in every game. That's why I'm still confident when we go up to Wisconsin, it's not going to be a blowout. Because the defense. So,
And because Wisconsin has a quarterback with it's left-handed that throws right-handed, probably.
yeah, I still can't believe Alex Hornibrook beat us left here as a horrible left-handed quarterback. All right, so we're going to move along here. Before we get going, we're going to get an ad from our sponsor. If you're a small business person and have limited resources, contact Brian Myers at Safeguard Eastern Iowa to help you out. Safeguard has all the products you need to help you operate and market your business. The best thing
Safeguard replay. Oh wait, sorry.
The best thing is that Safeguard's products and services are priced for small businesses, so it saves you money. Call Brian at 815-535-6840 for more information today. All right, moving along here. So there were a ton of recruits for both basketball and football in the house on Saturday night. Did that performance affect undecided recruits.
No.
I'll take this one. I think here's our spin zone. Here's the only good spin on the game. I think it left plenty of opportunity for the recruits, for the football at least, to see us suck and think, wow, I could really benefit this team. I think I could do something here.
Well, that's nice,
AKA
Joey.
Theo Johnson.
Yeah, that's the biggest. I think that hurts a lot because what was he deciding?
No, I mean, I can't share paid information on here because it's probably illegal, but it didn't affect Theo Johnson. That's all I'll say.
Okay, but I just don't believe that because who were his teams? Michigan, Penn State, and Iowa were among the three of them.
Yeah, but look at it this way. Wow, Iowa could really use some tight end help out there. I could probably come in and play right away.
Yeah, but Iowa,
So, like what I was saying.
Iowa has some good tight ends coming in, though.
Luke,
Oh, Sam.
listen to what I'm saying. Have I ever let you down? I'm not saying Iowa is going to get Theo Johnson, but they are just in. There is just much. What am I trying to say? They're in it just as much as the other two schools.
And for those of you who don't know, Theo Johnson is the #1 football recruit in Canada who plays tight end. So he'd fit.
Yeah, but Canada, being the #1 recruit in Canada is kind of like being the best athlete at Colfax Mingo. No one really cares.
I mean, it matters. It's nice.
Or the best-looking woman at Iowa State game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many of those. What do you think, Austin?
Kind of like getting on the dean's list at DMAC.
I don't know. I don't think that a performance in one game is really going to go a long ways in swaying a recruit one way or another. I think that, the result of the game was obviously disappointing, but I think the atmosphere at the stadium and all of the lead-up stuff is much more important in the recruiting process and the relationships that the coaching staff has built with the players. I think that's much more important than the end result of that game. So even though it's disappointing, at the end of the day, I don't think it really holds that much sway on their final decision. Because even though it was disappointing, the atmosphere at Kinnick was great for 3/4 of that game.
Yes. In fact, I remember when Greg Garman, there's a throw one out there for you, 4-star running back from Pennsylvania, who played at Iowa for a short time, committed to Iowa. His official visit was against, I believe, Ohio State, and we lost. Same with Ray Hamilton, throwback. Also, official visit, Ohio State, we lost. It's all about the coaches, the relationship with their coaches, and, I mean, the atmosphere was incredible. So, I mean, winning would have been nice, obviously, but the players aren't thinking, they're looking to where they're comfortable, not for, if it was about winning, everybody would just go to Alabama that had an offer, and they would have 340 commits every year.
All right, so are we staring down the gun barrel of an 8-4 season? Because I don't believe so, but
9-3.
I tell you what, you can go ahead and punch that ticket to the Outback Bowl right now.
I'm pretty sure we can't go there again, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
We've been there. I'm pretty sure we've been there the last 17 consecutive seasons outside of 2015.
But even then, we went there, plane landed there, and they were like, "Oh wait, we're at the wrong place."
Oh shit, we took Iowa to the wrong stadium. Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with the Outback Bowl. How come we are always Team Coconut Shrimp?
Yeah, seriously.
That blows.
And the team in the South is always Bloomin' Onion. Are you kidding me? That makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, the Blooming Onion is the far superior dish.
I'm tweeting at them right now.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's just unreal. It's uncanny. Joey and Austin, what was it, 2-3 years ago, had a sign hanging up in their apartment from the Outback Bowl, and it said Team Peanut Shrimp, but they covered up the P, and so it said Team Nut Shrimp.
Okay, so just so you know, it's not peanut shrimp, it's coconut shrimp. Sorry.
I'm
going to come in with a hot take here.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah,
shrimp.
I knew that was fucking coming.
I knew you were saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I don't go with the crowd. I go with my own opinion.
It's a terrible opinion.
Yeah, a Bloomin' Onion is just a glorified onion ring.
No.
That's what it is.
Have you had one?
Yes. It's an onion that they chop so you can pull it apart and then dip it in some type of ranch thing. It's a glorified onion ring.
Whatever.
Do you guys see they're sending Nebraska and Illinois to play in Ireland?
Yeah, that's wild.
There were some pretty funny takes on that.
Yes. As if
Good way to
as
spread
if
the
the rest
excitement
of
about college football.
yeah. As if the rest of the world didn't hate the United States enough the way it was. We're like, hey guys, for your first or for this the one college football game we'll give you a season, we'll throw 2 absolute bottom feeders from the Big Ten so you can hate us just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I'm pretty sure they asked other teams and they were all just like, no.
Why would we want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with any luck, both of those teams, like the entirety of the teams, will all lose their passports when they're over there, and they'll just be stuck in Ireland forever, and then we won't have to worry about those 2 just garbage teams being in Big Ten.
So much nicer than what I was trying to think of to say, but I'm really glad I just held back and didn't say anything. So thank you.
Wait, did yours involve plane issues, perhaps?
I'm not going to comment about any specific ocean or anything.
Yeah, but
or the show Lost.
Ooh,
there we go.
That's a waste of a show.
Okay, hot take. What?
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I think I might have missed like the last season, but
okay, well that's the problem. Watch the last season and come back to me with this because it's horrible.
Did you guys watch El Camino?
No.
I never watched Breaking Bad.
Me
so
either.
What? What?
Yeah, sorry.
What do you guys do with your free time?
I don't just watch other shows.
This is what I do with my free time.
Please watch.
Can I jump into something just hit me? Can I jump into a real quick rightful rant? I just came to me while we're having this random conversation.
All right, go.
Yeah, okay. People get it irritates me how irrational fans are about how when a show ends, because let's take Game of Thrones as a good example. They had 2 years for the final season to happen, and everybody just sat there and fantasized about all these crazy endings that were never going to happen. But they're like, oh, but it could, and all this yada yada. And then when it didn't happen exactly like people want it to, they get so pissed off and they try and cancel. And they're like, oh, why wasn't this better? And it could have been so much better. And I had all these better ideas. And people forget that it's tough to end a show really perfect, but then they just trash the show like it was never good in the first place. Luke, you were saying that Lost is a bad show because the ending was not the way that you thought that it should have been or could have been better.
I'm not.
So you're oh, the whole show is not very good, but for however many seasons they were great, the ending just might not have been great, and then people talk about how it was not good because of that one thing, and it irritates me.
They probably do that on purpose because now it's they're yep, they're still talking about the ending of our show.
I'm not blaming it. I'm not blaming the ending of Lost on the whole show kind of being a drag. It just 50-minute episodes and there was
man, it took years off our lives.
Yeah, there was a ton of unexplained shit that they never
I went through puberty during Lost.
Yeah,
that show was so long. I think I watched only 3 or 4 seasons, and it took 2 years.
Imagine people who haven't started The Walking Dead yet. They're gonna eventually watch that.
How is that show still on TV?
I have no idea.
Who watches that still?
Game of Thrones.
Nobody.
I don't think the last season just sucked. I don't think I was fantasizing about what I wanted to happen. It just wasn't very good.
Oh,
no, I agree. The ending to Game of Thrones was not very good, but everybody they had we waited 2 years for it, and then everybody came up with all these crazy scenarios, and they're well, this might happen, and this might happen, and then none of it happened because most of it was just crazy wild bullshit that was never going to happen, and then it didn't, and they're oh, well, that sucked. But yeah, I don't know. We got way off topic there. How did that even start?
Sounds like all these shows are just following the old overpromise, underdeliver rule.
Always.
Can we hurry this thing up because again, Fortnite new season. So
God, you loser. Okay. So we done talking about football now? Want to move along here?
3. Nebraska lost last week, so that's funny.
Oh, thank you, Austin. We're going to sneak in.
Totally lose. They got stomped.
All right, we're going to sneak in another ad from one of our sponsors here, Demer Oil, based out of Dubuque County, got locations in Worthington, Monticello, Holy Cross. It's officially cold outside, so you're going to want to fill your LP tanks for the winter months coming up. Keep your house nice and warm. Visit their website, DemerOilInc.com or call them at 1-800-433-3835. Ask for Steve or Toby Demer, and they'll hook you up real good with it. That's 1-800-433-3835. So, we do have a little basketball talk, boys. All right, so Big Ten Media Days were held last week, and I think there's a ton of mixed feelings about where the basketball team's going to be sitting for this season. What do you guys think?
Joe Toussaint is ripped.
Okay.
Dude,
And-
seriously, for a freshman, like,
Yeah.
daddy likey.
Yeah. My big takeaways were Joe Toussaint is ripped. Kriener's hair hasn't changed, unfortunately. And I don't know how to feel about J-Bo's beard. I think it doesn't match his body.
Ooh,
Too thick or something.
I'm a big fan of the beard.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, if he plays, he's literally going to drop 35 a game, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
He looks so good with that beard. It looks like he's kind of gotten a little more built, so which is nice. Hopefully, he can get on the floor.
Yeah, we could use him in offensive
Yeah,
line.
we really
We
could.
could use him on the offensive line. No, we could use him on the court, and we would have unreal depth at point guard at that time, which Iowa never really has. So that'd be refreshing. Garza and Wieskamp, both are going to make all Big Ten teams this year. I'm very confident about that. We're an NIT team at best, I'll say right now.
Oh, give me a break.
Wrong.
NIT at Luke, saying that we're an NIT team at best, that's saying we're going to go like 5 games under 500 for the season. Like, that's
Even-
at best for the NIT.
Even without
Like, at best, I think should probably say on the bubble if you're going to say NIT.
this is
Yeah.
this is without Bohannon. Can I add?
Well, we get Toussaint, who is a much better point guard than Bohannon, and we get Bakari Evelyn, who people seem to forget about, who is like a fifth-year player who's got all kinds of like experience at the Division I level. And then we have very, very polished big men, and then we have the best shooting guard in the country, in Joe Wieskamp.
Breezy.
yeah.
Did you guys see that video of the team running suicides at, I don't know, it was a couple weeks ago?
Dude,
And
I
Bakari
literally
Evelyn-
I could watch them like
Yeah.
vomiting in the toilet. I just watch everything.
Yeah,
Basketball and football related.
But it was funny because Bakari Evelyn was like way out ahead of everybody. He was like considerably faster than everybody else that was running.
I
He
yep, he is.
he was. It was an unreal video. But my one concern with that is every transfer Iowa's gotten in aside from Utah hasn't really hit. Trey Dickerson, Dale Jones, just to name a couple. So
Well, Dale Jones tore like his ACL 17 times.
Yeah.
yeah.
Trey Dickerson was on Twitter more than he was on the basketball court, so that was probably a red flag.
He used to Snapchat me. I Snapchatted him.
What?
1 for 3. Did you guys send
Yeah.
pics back and forth?
Yeah.
No comment?
If
Is that the only 3 transfers we got? 1 for 3? Dickerson wasn't proven. Dale Jones wasn't really proven. Evelyn is proven. So
Yeah.
I remember.
if
I believe I was there for Dale Jones Senior Day, and he came out and just absolutely boned his first 3, and the crowd went fucking wild.
yeah,
it was
he
incredible.
Dude, Dale Jones could stroke it. He just like was so immobile.
Yeah.
Speaking of electric 3-pointers that don't really matter, last year in one of the preseason games or the non-conference games I went to, Michael Bear got on the floor, and we were killing. I don't remember who it was, like Savannah State or something, and he splashes a 3 from the corner. You swear to God, he just hit a 3 to send us to the Final Four. Like, it was so electric in there. Oh, man, I'm ready for basketball.
All
He also-
75 fans were just on their feet going
Yeah.
crazy.
It might have been the same game though that he left the shortest free throw I've seen in my entire life. He airballed by about a foot. It was bad.
Yeah, I think it was that game. But if Bohannon plays, I think we'll be like a low-end tournament team. But-
What?
Sorry.
If Bohannon plays were low end turn, what are you smoking?
Would anybody like to bet
You
me?
remember all
Like,
the tweets that Tyler Cook? We were better when Tyler Cook wasn't on the floor. Don't you remember all those tweets?
no.
I don't think.
Yeah, I'd
you're
say-
underestimating how much of having a a guy who can get to the lane whenever he wants is going to help
Ooh,
us.
That's what I like about Toussaint. I heard him say at Iowa Media Day the other day that he enjoys getting to the hoop. Which, bring it on, my man. Get to the hoop as much as you want if you can do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in him and Garza, when they first started playing together, he said they had immediate chemistry. That is, oh boy.
All right, you got me
telling you.
talked into it. 5 seed at most.
Yeah, we're a lock for a regional home game.
We'll be there. We'll be there, and we'll do a podcast live during it if we get a regional home game.
What do you guys think of the new jerseys that they're debuting this season?
I thought they
Sick.
were cool at first, and then I thought we were Wichita State.
I really like the tops. I don't like that yellow portion on the bottoms very much. I don't know.
It's like a
I
throwback.
like the tops. Yeah, I like the tops a lot because they're kind of throwback. I don't like the bottoms very much.
And the women's basketball team has script writing on their jerseys, which I would love to bring back those old ones, the yellow jerseys with the cursive writing on it. Oof. Those move the needle.
Not a huge fan.
Oh, Joe.
I know that Joey wouldn't like this very much as he's a Golden State hater, but I think it would be cool if we got some alternate jerseys that just said the city in script writing.
I'm
I'm
out.
pretty sure that's copyright.
I don't know. Maybe. It'd be cool though. I'd like
Joey,
it.
why are you a Warriors hater?
Well,
Who isn't?
I'm not really. I just don't. Yeah. First of all, let's get that out of the way. Who is not?
Me.
And
Steph Curry.
secondly, how are you a Warriors fan? That should be the real question.
Because Steph Curry.
So you are a bandwagon.
No. In 2009, you guys were like 12 years old. Well, in 2008, Steph
I
Curry
already
went
don't
on
believe this.
a run in the NCAA tournament, and I fell in love. Just like I fell in love with Jimmer, but then he kind of sucked in the NBA. So,
Yeah.
All right. We're going to wrap up the show here. You guys got anything else you want to say?
Nebraska lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty great.
Also, if we're here to throw shade, the Yankees lost as well. So
And the Cardinals are about to get.
Yeah. They were down 7-0 in the first inning. That's great.
oof.
Mm.
All righty.
Wait, I got one more thing.
Okay.
If we have any listeners in the Chicago area, me, Luke, and Joey will be at the Northwestern game in 2 weeks. So stop by and tailgate with us, and maybe you'll get some merchandise. You don't know. You got to show up to find out.
Yep, and you might be on the show if you're lucky enough. So fingers crossed there. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Hawk.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Urban
We're missing
Dictionary.
a segment.
Oh, Urban Dictionary read. Okay, go. 3, 2.
God.
Joey, go.
Okay, we got the Urban Dictionary coming up here. First, I got to let you know that Space Cowboy was highly intoxicated. He gave this game the old Joey Myers treatment. He did not remember a lick of it, so he was not able to send any thoughts. But anyway, so we got Purdue here on Urban Dictionary. Purdue. A word that can be used to replace the word boring in any sentence, but may I warn you that the use of this word may make you or other people in the area fall asleep. Purdue, university in Indiana, where all the dorks and ugly kids go because they don't have any friends. Kids with friends go to other schools like Indiana University. Also, Purdue is known for veterinary medicine, unlike IU, which has the medical school. And the really smart students get to take care of humans instead of Fido. Purdue, a university located in Indiana where sheep get nervous anytime they happen to win a big game. Sheep number 1. I just heard Purdue defeated Ohio State. Sheep number 2. Great. We'll be getting railed the rest of the day by the Purdue faithful. Sheep number 1. At least they don't win often. And then, last but not least, I looked up Boilermaker. Boilermaker. When you bang uglies with a sketchy partner who you may question to have something, and quickly jump into a boiling hot shower to spread your nuts or labia, much like the Batwing, and scorch them with extremely hot water and copious amounts of soap or bleach to try to prevent the possibility of an STD.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so I was going to win this game this weekend. I'll go out and say that the Hawks are currently 4-2. let's just get back on. Let's win some games. Get some blood flowing again. Get people excited about the team once again. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Hawkeye Tailgate Report. Subscribe to the show on iTunes and Podbean. Just search Hawkeye Tailgate Report there. Follow us all on Twitter. The show is at @go_Hawks Iowa. My Twitter is @Myers_Luke. Joey's is JoeMama2196. Austin Myers is Myers Austin. And Sam Middleton's is @SAMMMIDD. Thanks for listening, everybody, and go Hawks.